Okay, this is another way of I like the key input. All right, so let's create another method here. We call public static void print rectangle. All right, and guess what? I don't have any of the input here. I don't have any of the parameter here, right? So what you can do here, you can mute if you're not talking. And so what we can do is, again, we can have a scanner, right? We can do scanner keyboard equal to new scanner and system dot in. All right. And so we'll create two integer. We'll say length. Okay. Then we'll ask the user. We'll say system.out.print9, and we'll ask the user to say enter length and width. Oh, maybe we'll do one at a time. Enter length. Okay, and then we'll have a length, oops, comma, and then we'll have a length keyboard dot next int. Okay, so we'll get the length from, so I have integer keyboard, so I will have a length from the keyboard, right? So enter length, and guess what? I'm gonna copy and paste. So I'm copy and paste here. And then the next thing, I will ask the user to enter width. Okay, and that this one will be width. Okay, that's cool. And then I will print hollow one differently. Okay, so when I'm gonna print, and so I can print the first line. I assuming that we have at least one line of the length, and the width is at least one. So we try to print them like hollow inside, and we can do that too. And so we'll do system.print print 9. I can do one for loop. So we'll say for first row, okay, for integer column equals 0, column less than the length, and column plus plus. Well, you can see I don't have to using I or J. You know, you can use any variable that makes sense for the loop here. And so I can print maybe a space, and not space. So the first one, I'm print hyphen here. So this is one column, and so the first column, the first row is like it's the horizontal bar here. And I can also do, so hopefully this is more than 2. So we can do later. You can see, I try to avoid using the if statement here because we are not really know how to do it. So this is the first. This is the first. I want to print hollow ones, okay? This is first, print first row, okay? Then after that, I need to say system.out print type. Okay, and this one too. And this is the last row. So this will be last row. Okay, so what I'm gonna print in between, and so I'm gonna print the first column. Oh, so this is a 4, and then I'm gonna do this for each row. Copy this one here. All right, so for each row, I need to add things. So I need to loop over integer row, start from 0, okay, and row is less than the width, and then row plus plus, and I have a for loop inside here that is actually create nothing. So I'm going to actually print nothing. So this is not first row. So for each of the rest of the row from 1 until less than the last one, okay? And the first one and the last one is a special print. In between, and I can do a repeat. So the repeat is that the first column I need to print. The first column is print as a vertical bar, right? And then it's empty from the second until the last to the second. And then I'm gonna print. The last one will be print line is the bar. Okay, so yeah, this one is a little bit complicated because I want to print the hollow one, and means there's no fillings there, and if there's no filling, that means I need to handle the case a little bit differently, and because we haven't learned if yet, so I kind of handle this in the basic situations here, try to avoid using the if. So now if I want to call this one, we'll say print rectangle. Now you can see it's very interesting. I have a 2 print rectangle. Those are actually 2 different methods. Okay, I have a print rectangle and print rectangle. They are totally 2 different methods. How do they know they are different methods? Because one has a parameter and one has no parameter. So a method is not determined by the name, but they are determined by the name plus parameter list. Okay, so that's called method signature. So I'm going to write in here is method signature includes name and parameter list. All right, so the method signature determines the uniqueness of a method. It's not just the name. So now if I run, okay, and if I run here again, and the first one, they again ask, what is the name? All right, I'll type that again. And then I enter. Then they say, enter length. So let's enter length. It's a little bit, I'll say 12. And then hit enter and enter width. And I will say 5. What did I enter? And I'll say 5. You can see, hopefully see some hollow one. You know, to see, this is the hollow rectangles here. Now, the reason I'm having a little more complicated code is because the first row here and the last row here is different, right? And here, the repeat here is also, I repeat on the column, but the column I need to be careful because the first column, sorry, in the first column here, and the last column here, they print differently. So that's why I separate the statement there. So that's a new code and different way of handling it. So that's why when you doing the exercises and your solution, everyone's solution will be different because, you know, everyone's approach can be totally different, right? And which are fine. That's why we have so many different apps in the store.